So now we're going to go to another sovereign wealth fund that's in its planning stage. So Simon Nyarota is the Director of Economic Research and Special Projects and Policy Advisor to the Zimbabwean Sovereign Wealth Fund, Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. Simon.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. As mentioned, I'm from the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe, and the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Zimbabwe is still in its formative stage. The bill of 2014 was passed by Parliament, and the board has been set up, but the fund is not yet operational. The whole idea is that the objective is to transform the non-renewable assets to financial assets for the economic and social development of the country. And in the bill, it states that there are three major areas of focus, and as a result, there are three funds which are going to be put in place. The first one is the infrastructure fund that will look at the rehabilitation and development of all the infrastructure, including road, rail, telecommunications, and energy. At the moment, government is working on the feasibility and bankability of projects in these areas. I would like to mention two of them that we actually share with our neighbor Zambia. That is the hydroelectricity projects along the Zambezi River, the Kariba North and South, and also the Batoka Gorge. So the feasibility is being worked out, particularly on the Batoka Gorge, and we are hoping that the Sovereign Wealth Fund, once put in place, will be able to contribute to the development of that infrastructure together with other players. The second fund is the Future Generation Fund, which is obviously one of the major reasons for the management of natural resources. And then the third one is the Stabilization Fund, whereby government can be funded from the Sovereign Wealth Fund when there are deficits and also source of funds that will be dwindling. In this case, in the bill, it states that the money should come up from the gains of the investment of the fund. That will stabilize the fiscus. When we come to the major sources of the fund, it is anticipated that the source of the fund will be up to 25% of the royalties that are raised from the production of all the minerals. But the board is mandated to look at other sources of the funds, and at the moment, the board is trying to find out where it can get some of the funding because of the decline in commodity prices, which means that income from that end has been dwindled. Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. Do you have a sense of the estimated size of your sovereign wealth fund that's going to be allocated to infrastructure?
Not yet. In fact, the board is actually trying to come up with the allocation between the three funds.
Very difficult processes, I am sure. Thank you.
Doing business in Africa. You can't afford to be without Africa Investor.